Duncan, firstly, welcome to the beautiful Chalke Valley History Festival. I understand this is your first time here, which is exciting. Now you're here this evening to talk about, it's the surprising story of the British economy. And from what I understand about is how kind of the past, and we can learn from the past and apply that potentially to the future.
Yeah, I think that's completely right. So, I think, lots of economists, lots of political scientists, all sorts of social scientists, there's too much tendency to ignore history, to sort of start from a blank page.
Okay.
But you can't do it. The way I always think about it is, it's like that joke of the tourist asking for directions and the person responding, if I was you, I wouldn't start from here. That's sort of where we are. It's very easy to say, where is the British economy today? What should we do? Well, where the British economy is today is shaped by not just the last 5 years, not just the last 10, but like 200, 250 years of previous developments have put us where we are.
So I was going to say, how far back do you think we can go for something that we're still, how much can we go back and learn from that can be applied to kind of present day?
Yes, I think with Britain, right, okay, if you're looking at global economic history, the whole history of the, in fact, let's go grander. If you're looking at the entire history of humankind, it's a really simple story. There's before the Industrial Revolution and there's after. And I really do believe that. Like, that is the fundamental change. It's when people start to live longer, it's when we start to get richer. Everything changes after the Industrial Revolution.
Okay.
The Industrial Revolution happens first in Britain. And I think that's incredibly important. So, you've got this brief period when Britain, this quite small island with not a huge population, is just staggeringly rich compared to everywhere else in the world and becomes really powerful. And, and in the very, very long run, the last 150 odd years of British economic history is the history of relative decline because we went first. But that experience of going first, of briefly being this incredibly successful economy, I think has shaped everything that's come afterwards.
Cool. What is there any predictions? Are you optimistic then about the future, or pessimistic, or is there still time will tell?
I called my book 200 Years of Muddling Through. And because I think that is the default mode of British government. It's to, muddle through, hope something gets better, and just, hope for the best, keep your fingers crossed. And sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. When I look at the 2020s, I don't think this is a time it's going to work. You've got, all the aftermath of Brexit, the aftermath of the pandemic. You've got the transition to net zero. This is a time you don't want to be muddling. I feel we've been muddling for quite a while, and I don't know if you noticed, but the economy isn't in great shape at the moment.
Definitely not, unfortunately. So we talked briefly before we started this. This is your first time at the Chalke Valley History Festival. How important are these kind of events that make history incredibly accessible to the people, and potentially people come here today and learn something that they didn't know before and they can take into, I suppose, their life and their future?
I think it's fantastically important, and this is such a great venue. It's so beautiful here. I'm having a great afternoon. I've been to a couple of talks this afternoon, both absolutely wonderful, as you say, very accessible, and I've got to go and play with some World War II anti-tank guns and a Sherman tank, which also has really made my afternoon.
And finally, are you looking forward to your talk later on this evening?
Really looking forward to my talk. I hope the audience enjoyed as much as I'm sure I will.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.